¿Cómo estás? Buenos dias. This is Lisa Marie. How are you? I hope you all are well. So, I'm not going to show myself today because I am in bed. But I wanted to share some words with you that just kind of came to me, or some thoughts, ideas, revelations. The journey of travel is your journey, it's nobody else's. And the thing is that even people that think they're not traveling, they're traveling as well. Because traveling really, to me, is a metaphor for how you decide you want to live your life. It's an experience. There's nothing really more than what it is. But why experiences are so important to our lives is because they help us to grow. And again, I believe it's growing of the spirit, but of course, mentally, physically, spiritually. It helps you grow in so many ways. And the people that are sitting home, that's maybe even judging you growing, they don't know that they're actually choosing to grow, and they chose to grow too, and theirs is by staying where they are. For many, there's an acceleration that travels lends itself to. A lot of times, and we get it twisted, so sometimes we don't know what we're looking at. When, especially this competitive edge called the travel industry, even the black travel industry, or traveling solo, or just black women traveling, sometimes we see the beauty, we get caught up in the beautiful pictures or the beautiful pictures. And when somebody deeply shares that traveling does all these things to them, people kind of forget that they're telling the truth and it is their truth. Traveling is growth. Anybody that is spiritual that tells you that traveling is a waste of time, then I'm questioning their spirituality. And only I say that to say is it's all the path, it's all the journey, it's all the destination, it's all the same, and it's all necessary. Good morning, Beverly. And it's all necessary. Somebody mentioned the word escapism as if so people who travel escape, but you're escaping on some levels too, and that's part of the journey as well. Who says our minds, our bodies, our spirits, us as beings, we are simultaneously creating our lives. We have simultaneously been created. In other words, there's never one thing happening at one time. And traveling shows that it's the same time, technically, if you don't judge time, if you just call everybody's experiencing that is living something called life and time, so that we're all in time. But at the same time, somewhere else, you're in another country, which allows you, in a sense, to be in another reality. It is the representative of the multi realities within yourself. And people have so much discord because they're trying to fit into what they think their own personality is, as if all these parts of you are not equally as important as all the other parts of you, or the main part that you identify with. Traveling is everything. It is for those that it is for. For those that it's not for, then that's okay too. But when people travel, our system and everything, you seem like you're confused. You don't know what you want. Exactly, and so are most of us. But it's not confusion. It's it's eliminating the delusional picture of life that most of us have grown up to believe is right. That's why I guess we judge other people on their journey, because somewhere in us we believe that we have the right way. All ways are the right way because all ways lead to the divine, and which the divine in you, I promise y'all, it does. I'm going to share my way. And that's why, y'all, so I'm doing Patreon a little differently, because Patreon has to be for people who really want to be on this journey and know a little more and really are here for it and not for anything else. Understanding it's my journey. I know you're used to me, doing the classes, y'all, and like, offering classes that I teach. And now we're actually really doing what we've always been doing. It just didn't look like this. And now I'm telling my story, my way, my journey, and I'm helping you along the way. And the things that I'm discovering about myself is so amazing. I'm very much affected. Somebody say, "Oh, you talk softer and Harabakoa." Yes, Harabakoa. There's other people in the house that was still sleeping. It brings out one part of me, but that part is good. But this part is too. It is this part. that lives in Durham that got me there, and it'll be the next part. So anyway, y'all, because nobody got time to be preaching. Okay, in that way, I just want to remind y'all that if it moves your spirit to move your spirit, then move your spirit. God damn it, move it. And that's what you're doing. And I say spirit because all of it, you're being called. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, you don't pick the place. The place has already picked you, the people, soul ties, even you as a spiritual being. The reason why you have experiences is to remind you that you are here to have that in order to grow. It's a beautiful thing the way you choose to do it. It's amazing too when you're able to walk away from anything and situation and don't feel no way, feel satisfied, feel good, feel like you did something. So yeah, but so it's such a beautiful journey, and it's not even over yet. And like I said, I will be once I know. Another thing too is yes, if you're gonna get this natural excitement when you start to travel. Like, oh my God, what's next? What's next? And yes, every day and maybe every minute of the day, you're gonna be like maybe here, maybe there, maybe here, maybe there. Don't look at it as confusion. Look at it as excitement because you're recognizing that you have so many options that your growth could look a certain way. It could actually be fun. It don't have to be boring or sad or super wrong, wrong, wrong. It could be exciting. It could be fun. It could be whatever way you want it because it's your growth and you design it. You even design your growth. You ask the question and you're receiving the answer at the same time. This life is the way you want to write it. That's the beauty of it. And like I think, Thea, when you realize that, oh my God, I could be in Costa Rica, I can be in Panama, I can be in Puerto Rico, I could be in República Dominicana. Like you start thinking, I could be in Vietnam. I mean, for others, or I could be on the continent of Africa. Now we're talking about hundreds of countries, right? I could be. I mean, it's so beautiful. That's the many options of your life. That's the many options of you. Can you imagine that? Let's just take, just so it's real simple, every country in the world and equate each of those countries to parts of yourself, parts of your inner self that's not coming forth. Most of us can't believe that because then we would think that we would be labeled as insane or having multiple personalities, which this community, of course, the conversation of multiple personality scares people. But in actuality, we would actually be we would be more amazing. We would be the way we were designed to be because our brain capacity, we're not living to the fullest. I'm going to say our heart capacity, we're not living to the fullest. I'm going to say our physical capacity, we are not living to the fullest. And so when we're allowing all of those personalities, those it's energies even, and those powerful energies, you start realizing that I'm so expansive. I'm so massive that it would make sense that there's all these amazing part of me, and the operative word is amazing that they're all needed. We so play so low. We settle for one way, one life, one path, one role, even one time. Even believe that this is the only time. That this is not all. This life is not connected to the past or the present. I believe that it is. So everybody you meet on the path is like you're right, soul ties, it's connections, it's necessary. People think the rebound, in a sense, too, after a relationship is the worst thing ever. But that's part of the process in a natural way. It just comes that way. You think because you left something and you got into something else bad, you say, oh, I'm not healed, instead of saying, oh, this is actually, wow, I feel more healed. After this, I know something and I know it in ways that I didn't know it before. And what I know is about myself. That's the beauty of the whole thing. It's like, oh, you knowing about yourself. This is about you. Have them dang experiences because you can't avoid it. You going if you ain't ready to hear, or you're not ready to move to another level, because it's not even about being ready. But if you're not feeling it, the next thing you get into, it's going to be for you, even if you don't like it. It just shows you what you still need to love about yourself, or what you need to like about yourself, or what you don't know about yourself, or something needs to be strengthened. I don't know if y'all think you're going to run away from, thank you. You think you're going to run away from like experiences, or you're going to run away from growth. Like, y'all, good luck on that stuff. Like, are you kidding? Like, y'all, come on. So yeah, and I remember there was a time, I think black people, we have to work on it a little more, travel as a spiritual experience, because I don't think that we do, especially if we come up in heavily Christian backgrounds or whatever. I don't even know what religion background. I just think black people don't really understand the importance of traveling. I was saying that in my generation, my mother was the product of the civil rights movement and even the Black Power movement. And so I came up in that fighting for our rights. And, you know, it was a different time for us as black women, and we were really pushing our children. Really, my mother's generation, pushing our children to excel in education, excel, get plenty degrees, do the right thing, excel. You don't need a man, you don't need nobody. Make it. And I think we did, which was, but I didn't remember that time encouraging us to travel as education, travel as learning, travel as growth. I mean, if people want science, there is, you can research for yourself the scientific studies that are done on people who travel more. So in other words, I remember my generation, we were just starting to say, wow, we know that traveling is the best education, and we want our children to even travel at a younger age, because we know that they're going to be exposed to what? Different things. And what are those different things? The different parts of yourself that you never knew. People say you have to love yourself more. You have to love yourself more. But some of us don't know enough of ourselves to love ourselves. I think if we knew our total selves, all the different parts of ourselves and our personality, we would even love ourselves more. So there's a confidence that people have travel, especially early traveling. But I'd say it's never too late. The other thing is, if you can, then you should. I mean, it's just that damn simple. So, I mean, it's like, wow. And so if you hear the I don't know, isn't that great? I don't know. Isn't that exciting? I don't know. Some of us are so afraid of the I don't know that we actually never go anywhere, because if you don't know, then you won't go. I mean, that's just the way it is. Some people need to know before they go. And if that's so you, that's fine. But there's some ish that you just can't know because it's so down in the future. If it was for you to know, it would be in the now. It's just that simple. So everything you need to know, you need to know now. That's it. If you don't, okay, you tripping on the future. There's no way to control that, and traveling reminds you of that. Oh my God, and I love it. I love it. Like, I think there is though a point where, yeah, you get so excited. That's like, I think, step one. Once you go out there, that's like step one. Okay, the thought that you want to go out there is step one. Step two is then going out there. Step three is coming wherever you need to go to reflect on out there. Step four is do that shit all over again, repeat. So I mean, and so this perspective of spiritual traveling, like you don't even know, I cannot wait. I'm glad I'm out there like that. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm doing, like, I'm more happy, even on a business level, with my business, with you all, doing this than I have been in a long time. And this is refreshing, and it's amazing, and it's gonna take all of us to a lot of amazing places, and that's not just physical. So, I think the biggest thing for me was the being okay with the right here, right now. And I don't know, like, my girl came over, Jernay, and we were so connected on so many levels, and there were so many confirmations that I realized that, okay, you know what? The South is kind of dope. Like, I mean, some people travel here. Well, I want to tell you a little bit about my North Carolina experience. You know, you can get bit by mosquitoes just as much depending on where you at. We got country, we got just beautiful, farmland that is just green, and the weather here, it's very wet, it's very humid and very wet. It has a slow, but it's like a tranquilo vibe. Like, it really is. It's like no, nothing really moved too fast in the South, and the birds singing, the crickets at night. And I live in the city of Durham, and you can still hear them. And the amount of nature and the green, like, I think North Carolina is so green, is the beautiful, and it's a vibe, and it's a thing. And the Carolinas in general, if we want to talk about tracing cultural retentions of Africans in the diaspora, then we got to start at home. So I'm just gonna say that, and we'll talk in the Patreon. But the Patreon group, we got a whole new system, y'all. There's gonna be a certain pledge level to get certain things. So wherever you pledge, that's what you get, and we gonna change some things. So what I want to build with the Patreon, and for those of you that want that, I want to build a community of lovers, a community of love for life, zest for my journey, people that are really there to not hear the gossip, but to, get the message. And that's really like important to me. I don't want that to be this. That's why we're over there. So I got to make sure and guard that, like that Patreon group, making sure that those that are there because they're going through, no matter what their age is, a midlife expansion themselves, or at least they would like to. And they already are, they just don't know it. It's people that have the support and the love, people that really want the message and understand it's worth it to be a part of a community. And when you give, you show how much you want something as well. So I think that maybe that's what the Bible meant by it's better to give than receive. It's the better is for you, and you also receive on a higher level. So we're definitely going to curb that and make that something else. So yeah, so Beverly, I know you're in that Patreon. That Patreon has to be sacred. There has to be a level where we come in, and if you don't, everything else is a donation. So and donations are great. So I take all donations, big and small. But once to start seeing the videos and stuff, there's a certain level of donation that you'll have to make, and it still will be very, good. So yeah, so it's good, y'all. It's good. And y'all wouldn't believe I got a class at 9. Okay, so let's see who's on. Good morning. Good morning, Beverly. Thank you. Good morning, Lakeisha. I just say thank to y'all because y'all tried and true. Kim Dia, good morning. Good morning, Audrey. People like to project their feelings and belief onto others. Yes, you're living your life to the fullest, and some people obviously have a problem with that. You're so right. Thank you, Queen. Yes, Beverly. And she says, yes. Hey, Emma B., great morning to you. My mother never traveled and didn't talk about mine either. Traveling is a great thing. Thank you, Beverly. I love you. And Beverly, that was for my case too. Like my mother, no, actually, you know what? This is the one thing that I did see my mother, maybe glimpse, but it was there. My mother loved to travel. She didn't do it as much as she could. Like she went to Canada, I remember. And for me, as a little black girl, she was the first person I think I ever knew that went anywhere, except for I remember some of my peers. We going back to the South for the summer, and that was big to me. Like, oh my God, there's another place outside of here. Good morning, hola. So, and then my mother I was living in Vegas. She actually visited me in Vegas. And then she actually visited one of my friends in California. So, if she could have, she would have been out. I would have seen her in like Paris and London. Like my mom, it was in hers, but it's never really what opportunity. She only had the opportunities once her children grew up, and especially me, because I moved out of state. Though, I think the one and only and my brother did too at one point, so my youngest. So anyway, that's another thing too. Like I realized, like I've always been a traveler. I mean, I left my house at 22 in Brooklyn, my mom's house, and I never turned back. I never turned back. So for those of those, I'm born in Brooklyn. Then me and my best friend at the time, we moved to Vegas. From Vegas, I moved to California. From California, I'm now in North Carolina. And from North Carolina, who knows? Okay, so yeah, this is very much my spirit. I think we have such a denial of our true selves, like all these other selves. The self you identify with is not necessarily not you. It's just you think it's the whole of you. You even think it's a significant part of you, and that kind of living is so limiting to the human and spiritual spirit, really, this eternal spirit. Like, it's like, oh my God, no, the creator and the divine is like, they just living. So look at, I mean, if you believe a divine creates, then the divine created all of this beauty and you're not partaking in it, nah, I can't see it. I can't see it. But it doesn't even matter. It's still just so. Like I said, and what is it? Why do you feel like, oh my God, the growth of traveling? For me, maybe other people feel it too. I don't know. Tell me if you have to feel this, but the growth of traveling, it's like I'm getting things quicker and faster. And I think it's only because when you're here, a lot of times, for me, being a woman in the States and the comfort of the States, it could be maybe a woman in whatever country you're living in. For me, it's the States. I've done a lot of healing work here, and because I'm only working on one aspect of myself, I'm not progressing as much as I think that I would like to or could even. And I realized that when you travel, you forced to work on different aspects of yourself because different aspects of yourself come out. It's just real simple. Different aspects of yourself come out, so you have to work on those. That's what makes it feel like, at least, accelerated growth. It might not be, which I think it is, but that's my opinion, right? It's growth. It's accelerated growth because you're not no longer working on the things you've worked on already. You're working on the things you have not, and that's what's making you feel like you're stagnant or you're not happy. And that's the thing. We waste a lot of time. So anyway, when you get out in the world, you be like, oh my God, this is what needs sharpening, and that just complements everything else. Then you go out and it's so much happening. We're so in this, what is this? I don't know, one dimensional, but we have to move up in dimensions, especially the quantum leaps that, the quantum physics, the, two things and many things and multiple things can occupy the same space at the same time. And traveling gives you the physical picture of that theory. Like you are here, but you're there. You literally can be uh, in Ghana, and somebody else is in Detroit, and you're both looking at the clocks, and in front of you the clocks say something new, but you different from each other. But you both know that you are talking right now in this time, in this space, reality. It could even be nighttime where you are and daytime where they are, but yet right now on the phone in now time you're talking. So this is multiple realities. I mean, this is some deep stuff. This is already existing. That's why we have time zones, and you can put no time. But let's look at just the sky is dark, or then think about places like Alaska where the time and the darkness I mean, it's so amazing that all of this. But yeah, call somebody in Alaska right now might be going through their dark all whatever season or two that they're going to be dark, and you in sunny and bright. Call somebody in New York and it could be raining, and you in North Carolina, but yet you're talking at the same exact time space reality, the now time space reality. Think about that for a minute, and tell me if and so if traveling reflects that, the truth about you, the truth about your expansion, the truth about your multifacetedness, please, you gotta be kidding. So yeah, so whatever, and then some people too, like I feel like too, some people want you to stay doing what they're doing. I mean, there's quite a couple of people that are just, I don't know, it's just a few, might be more, that are very, you could tell, upset that I'm not at the home decor channel. But like the reality is, I'm not really trying to be at a home. I want to be, I'm thinking in life I may be in many homes because I got work to do. Y'all think that I'm so serious about this. It's not me, it's the ancestors tracing the Africa in the diaspora. It's just in the black diaspora. It's just that simple. And I got a lot. I got a lot. I mean, wow, like y'all say, and I say too, that smile on my face, and I mean throughout my whole journey. I love my Puerto Plata journey just as much as I love my Harabacoa journey. And I'm just saying, I have to say it that way because they're seemingly polar opposites. They're seemingly night and day, but one caused the other. Do you understand? That's why you got to keep living, because it takes you to the next thing. You can't go to the next thing if you ain't done this thing or you ain't get to that thing first. And it's not that life is linear. It's like, again, these are all multiple realities. But since we love to heal, you are having more opportunities to heal. That why do we think that the healing looks one way? Like, this is people lost on that. You just supposed to sit still all the time, but there's too much out here, and people travel around the world and get a whole lot. Maybe I need to sit still somewhere else, because that makes the difference. I can tell you, like, people are like, oh, wherever you go, there you are. But okay, which there you are? Because there's other there's I am that ain't happened yet. I want them there you are. Who is the there you're talking about? Who, there you are, what you are. You who you identify with, or the multifaceted parts of you that you'll never know because you don't want to go there. Even if you don't need to travel, you don't need to get on the plane to find yourself. But if you're gonna stay with your one self as yourself, good luck. You found already. What you keep looking for? Stop doing that. Find the selves of you that really actually is the part that you're craving. It's amazing this little find myself. Okay, there's nobody trying to find. I, I'm getting myself. I'm going to get it. I was like, oh, okay. And you know what? Like this idea too. Anything is a destination. If, like I said, you can stay right where you are, and that's the destination. And in that destination, and it's not even a destination. I think it's so massive. And I know I'm going way out today, and y'all might not even understand where I'm coming from. And this may possibly be a Patreon video because I think it's going to be there. It's your world. We all just living in it, created the way you want, but a pretty amount of it is created, and you might just enjoy the creations of the divine. The languages, what that does to your mind, oh my God, like I said, the dancing, the food. Like I lived. I hope that the people that watch this is like, yes, Queen, talk about traveling, talk about it from a high, existentialism perspective, and forget the rest. So, but if I feel like your energy is negative, I know you think, no, if you say something against Lisa, it's not this. I can feel energy. If I feel like your energy is negative, I might remove your comment. Just if I see it's being spewed, it's like a ugliness, because I know that underliningness. Again, that's why I have Patreon, but still I like the positive, vibe. If you notice, I'm staying on that positive vibe too, because it's important. It's important. So yes, but do what you do and enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Hey, y'all. Yes, Lakeisha. Hello, good morning. Beverly says, I joined the military for the travel. Yeah, that's right, girl. Lakeisha said, how does it feel to be back in your own bed? That's a great question. Lakeisha is funny because I bought this side by bed, just like this organic bed that I wanted for such a long time. Now I got it. And when I make my last payment in 2 months, I probably will be, I don't know, I might have to give it away, and it's so hard. But I love my bed. My bed in general is a great bed. And I say, yes, it feels good, and I like it. What's funny about my bed, though, I sleep in my bed only, even in my own house, in this house. Once I leave this bedroom, I probably don't even come back in here. And it makes me realize, and I think that I really saw that traveling. So as much as I love my bed, and oh my God, I do, I loved all the beds that I was in out in the world. And isn't that something that I would have never thought? The idea that I am going to, I'm sure, pack up everything and go. And the only thing that I was attached to, I could sell, and I'm going to sell everything in the house. I don't know, something finally, there was a detachment. And I'm talking about this in my group, but I thought I was so attached to my bed. I was like, oh my God, but not my bed. And I thought, girl, was you okay with all the beds you was in? So just I'm different, y'all. So, but anyway, it felt very good still, and I'm very appreciative of the bag, and I'm enjoying it while I last. The beauty was meant to be enjoyed. Yes, Beverly. Yes, people want to keep you in a box. They want to be comfortable. Exactly. I get you, says Lakeisha. Thank you. Beverly says, I think sometimes people use healing as an excuse for not trying something different. There you go. There you go. Or that they even don't understand that healing will show up in many forms. It's like the creator saying, I keep sending you the healing, but you keep saying that's not what it's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look like that. That can't be it. And then, like I said, even this quest for healing, maybe we're on a quest for peace. Maybe we're on a quest for love. Maybe we're on a quest for joy. Why do we even have to call it that? Not to say, and the fact is, we're all doing it. Who's to say having? I don't know, this idea that to have a or to have experience that seems perceived as bad is not good for your evolution, and it is. All of it is, but yeah, it's beautiful, and it's okay because everybody I believe is getting a call, especially women and men too. Actually, they're all getting a call. Everybody's like, come out, play, come out, enjoy life. The world is playful, joy. Because after a while, that's all that you meet. But you're gonna still have experiences. I just wanted to say that, like, that's the part that I think is interesting, that the experiences of it is the dopeness. So So, ladies, yes, there is. Okay, so if you, and I'm not going to name the price yet because I'm going to meditate on it, but if you, if you donate under a certain price, that's just a donation, and I thank you so very much for that. But there is going to be a starting price if to start to get those extra videos because it should be. So yes. So yeah, anyway, I love y'all. Yes, answer the call. Like I said, y'all, sometimes, just like when I was in Hadabakoa, like I was getting, spiritual revelations, I'm still getting the spiritual revelations. And those of you that are in my virtual travel group, you're going to get an experience that is going to be different. I'm transitioning out of one life into another. Guess what? In the so called same life, because that's what we do. We're magical, and the universe is magical. And you, wherever you go, there you are. People say that, so that means that why not travel? If wherever you go, there you are, and you're going to meet you wherever you go. So then you should be able to keep going because you're still going to meet you. So the way you decide to meet you is your business. People want to use that to say, so stay in the same place. That's not what that saying means. That saying means exactly, all of this is profoundness. Wherever you go, there you are. So keep going anywhere. Don't worry about where you choose. Don't worry if it's here or Timbuktu. It doesn't matter. If where you are is where you are, go. But people love to say that means stay. It's so crazy when you think about, well, who said that. If the thing simply says, wherever you go, there you are, what a beautiful statement. It's not negative at all. It's like, so go to Russia and find that part of you if that's what calls you. Russia might call you. It's not calling me, but it might call you. Lakeisha said, Lisa, my 2-year daughter was diagnosed with autism. I feel like this is a spiritual journey for me because I was trying to see for 3 years. Yes, Lakeisha, it is. And you know what, though? And it's a spiritual journey for your baby because they come with their own spirit and ways in which like having another kind of relationship with our children, and really having, you're right, a very deeply spiritual connection to yourself. If your baby could grow and learn and do things, your baby is you're embracing the journey. I mean, I agree. Like some of us don't say, "Well, I won't go out there, and I won't. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna stay here and live life," and that's okay too. But even force you to be on this road, there's no test in that you're gonna be judged by it. The only thing is the evolution of your soul. And the evolution of your soul, like that's what you crave. And when you have it, when you get that, things start clicking for you. Things that were, and they all were saying that like the hardest part, not all, it's like when you go out there and you got to come back because you got to work or you got to save more money to go back out and do it again, and how it becomes more and more difficult, and that need to travel. It's like people say it feeds their souls. Yes, the many souls in them. It really does. It's very, it's good. So, like I said, one thing I would love to do is continue to be honest, and I will definitely do that because that's what I do. And I'm excited about my travel journey and that I'm documenting. I love it. Like y'all don't even understand. This is so for me, but I think a lot of people will be inspired. So if you were inspired by this video, I'm gonna ask if you will join the Patreon. I'm gonna tell you, and there is a level where you're joining. It's a donation every month. You want to stop doing, and you want to support things. But there's levels where it's tiers. So I'll get it all set up for y'all, and it'll be all good. But if you want to donate to the Patreon, you can. If you want to donate through PayPal, you can. And if you want to donate to Cash App, you can. So yeah. So anyway, it's all good and life is good and I love you. I got a class and I'm going to teach it. And I'll see you in the next video, ladies. Enjoy, share, like, and let me see, comment. I think it's the fear of stepping out of the box that keeps people trapped. Yeah, yes, I understand. I understand. I mean, like, you know what, Beverly, we're gonna definitely do a video about that on Patreon, but it's gonna be a lot of it is gonna be once I officially change some things. But yes, yes, I think people are saying the comfort zone. But I'm just gonna say this: it ain't really that dang comfortable, y'all. You think it is? Like I know my free spirit. I know like what I feel inside, and y'all would think this is I got a beautiful space, but none of this stuff mean nothing. Now I understand love all the parts of you, and this is a way to discover the parts of you in order to love it. So that, and that's the thing. Like, we're gonna do and I'm gonna talk to. We're gonna do another live stream on the Ghana trip. But yeah, you gotta make it happen. There is like, even there's fear around traveling. There's fear, like you said, and fear around believing that you can travel. Like that's a big one. Most of us, because then the excuse will be like, well, I would love to do what you're doing, but I don't have the money. No, y'all, it's not. I'm not. It's not like that. I'm really walking out on faith in a lot of aspects, and I'm being blessed because of it. It's almost like the thing you fear the most and you actually need. It's the thing you're asking for. The better life, to be happier, to be more financially independent, or it's exactly what you're asking for, but you won't go there because you're not trusting. Again, you think you're going to see the path, and you're not. You don't know what's next. But this is truly walking out. I mean, there's some things I think you can do to feel better, safe, but there's no safety really anywhere, not even in your own home, and not that safety that keeps you, stagnant or unhappy. So yeah, I liked the road, and I got videos on my Patreon that tells you, like I said, you only got a little while until they get the videos, and after in September. So I'm just letting you know, because I'm still going to keep that promise. Everything's going to change. So right now, if you're here in August, you may, I don't know when I'll be doing the video. I mean, I'll be doing the videos, but it'll just be a little different. It's September where it's gonna get real beautiful and serious. So yeah, and I like having a group. I like my travel group as well. I love having a group that gets something first or only gets it, or I don't know. Like I love that. I'm gonna really fall in love with the Patreon group once I work out the bugs. I'm gonna really fall in love with it. So yeah, Negative Travels. I mean, I got the name, y'all, and like I don't know. Everybody gives you something. My first, relationship. I'm gonna say my first marriage. He gave me Blackberry Beauty, and this one gave me Rosa Negra. And the universe is there to give you so much, but sometimes you judge the experience and you miss out on the beautiful blessings. And I think for me, my concentration is like knowing that where I am right is very beautiful, so that I can always be anywhere. And right here, I'm not escaping this right here, like the birds, the singing, the quiet, the beauty, it's the way the air blows. Oh God, it's beautiful. It's an aspect of me as well. But it's time to close this chapter. So I was gonna say, my Afrocentric home decor people, you are gonna really love these next videos because we is moving and we don't know where we moving to. How about that? So I'm not packing. I don't want to take anything. I realize I'm not gonna. I thought I was gonna keep a storage. I still don't know, so I'll meditate on it. But I'm pretty much gonna sell everything in the house, and I need time to do that. So all those people that was like, "Girl, yeah." Yeah, so black women downsizing for real and detaching, but this is the thing that I know about life. You can always have stuff. There's so much beautiful stuff that you almost have to get rid of the stuff you have in order to get more. Like I see it. Do you know how many masks out there when I go to the concert? I mean, do you know how many cheers that you'll see again? Do you know how many, plants are waiting for you? Do you know how many like that's the part that came to me was there will always be stuff and there will always be stuff you want and you love just as much, but you can't have it all because you got to let some of it go. And I get that this movie is like, you like this stuff? There's a whole bunch of stuff you're gonna like in this world, and you can't have it all. So how you gonna do this? Oh, but you're gonna have more of it. How? By letting the stuff that I love move to somebody else to open more. So the stuff, no, I'm gonna always have a beautiful place. I mean, where I'll be staying while I'm doing this travel thing, I can't really say because I don't really know. And that's like, I know that bothers people because some people like plan travel. I want to tell you about the kind of travel I am. I do not like, I know, I don't prefer. I don't prefer traveling that is like a itinerary and it's all mapped out. But for the people that do, that's great because my sister likes that. She knows what she's going to do. Everything's a tour. I feel like a kid and I feel like I want to tour and like I'm obligated and I don't mind. I really want to go there on that tour. I don't need to be that guided. I like it a little more, immersed with the people. Like I would want to live with the people. And actually that's what happens all the time. I like that vibe. At the same time, I like a vibe where I can live myself, but I'm close to the people and they right there with me. So anyway, I don't like it too. I don't know the journey. I don't like it. So it's going to be hard to give you a schedule because when you go to one place, it dictates where the next place will be. And that's why it's hard to even teach classes in a sense because you're telling people you're going to be here for this time, but the journey or the traveler I am, it's not going to allow me to do that. The traveler I am is going to say, now you're here and you learned that. And guess what? You talked to this person and they told you about that situation or that person or that place. And now you're going to that place. That's so yeah. So it's a progression for sure. I think one thing leads to another. It's not just my saying, it's a saying. One thing leads to another. So one thing leads to another. And I'm happy about that as well. Very happy. So I never thought I could get rid of my stuff. Like even my African clothes, like I'm selling that too. It's like what I learned living in DR for 2 months is that you don't need that much stuff. Oh my God, no, like don't do that. There's these small carry-ons with the wheels, little suitcase that I saw everybody having. It was a decent size. You can carry it. It has wheels and it's a carry-on and it's perfect for the airports. And I'm gonna get everything down to that eventually, and definitely for short trips. You don't need a lot. You don't need. I don't want the backpack all. I don't think that's my style per se, but I'm gonna get everything down to carry on. Like I know I could. Like there's some dope videos out there. These hacks on how to get all your stuff in a small container, like a maleta, which is a suitcase, or a duffel bag. Like I love it, backpack, whatever. Like it's cool. So I'm ready for that, and I realized that's something that is really big for me, y'all, that the beauty that I saw, like sometimes you think it's the clothes that's like, it's your beauty, but really I'm the most beautiful when I'm drinking lots of water and eating right. I could put on like I learned like Jesus used to say in Trinidad. He said it in Spanish, but the English loosely translation is, it's not the clothes, it's the hanger. That's what he used to say to describe me, and my last ex described me too. It's not the clothes, it's the hanger. And when you realize it's the hanger, that it's you that's making the clothes beautiful, not the other way around. Because I am, when I glow, when I shine, when I smile, the way I like it, and my smile, or, I am the most beautiful. I mean, even those are the pictures I stare at more, my color or my smoothness of my skin, but when I'm not, it's the opposite. And I know that. So yeah, I don't need all that stuff. That's not my beauty. Is in the travel and the adventure and the new things that I learn and the happiness. And I just really got that. And also remember, y'all, this need to create herbal things, herbal care, vagina care. Like I keep getting this vagina care and all those things that you're gonna need, as a woman, to take care of yourself on the road because you are on the road and in a lot of ways. But so yeah, so no, I'm not afraid. I liked it. I think if I just need freedom wherever I go, and if I stay somewhere too long and I feel like I'm not free to go, or I don't want to do that, I have to be free to go. So I'm ready for the journey. So here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yes. Yes, that's right. That's right. So, oh yeah, way. Yes, it's very true. No, it's not comfortable. That's right. Farid says, yeah, the comfort zone can feel like a trap. I love that. What class are you teaching? Is it part three? Yeah, so that's today at 9 a.m., Audrey. 9 a.m. live from 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. And it's today, and we're starting our 3 month, and it's going to be come in. And so, I mean, of course, you're already in it, but if you can show up at 9, it'll be great because we're going to talk about what the next 3 weeks is going to look like because it's going to be very good for us. And the virtual travel is, it's going to be deep. And you're on watch. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to the changes. Thank you, Beverly. Yes, you can always get stuff. Yes, I am the same way. I do not plan when I travel. Yes, it's the clothes, not the hanger. I love that. That's right. Right. It's not the clothes. It's the hanger. It's not the clothes. It's the hanger, not the clothes. That's right. Exactly right. It's not the clothes. It's the hanger. And you can say it the same way you said it. And that was it. And I was like, wow, he said what so many people say, and I just know how I feel beautiful, like simplicity. Y'all, isn't it funny that the style that I like the most so far is my hair all going back. Like it is the style of styles to me. I don't know what it reminds me of being a young girl. It reminds me also of the simplicity of life, that you are beautiful and you are enough, and that it's just simply African, and it's very, I think it's very global in some ways for me as a person going through the African diaspora. It's something about it that just brings me to like, this is all it is. Throw your braid your hair going back and get out there in the world and show yourself to the world. And I love that. Okay, the sun is truly coming up. It's super hot. I gotta go get some fans though. Oh my God, don't live in the south. 2 days at this apartment. The carpet makes it extremely hot in here that the air conditioner can't even cool a house. And it's a lot of sun, so it gets hot. And so the air conditioner is not that great. So I need fans and no carpet. No carpet in a house, especially in the South in the summer. But the best part, ceiling fans are the most necessary thing in the South. I would not want to not have one. It's necessary in the Caribbean too. Ceiling fans are the bomb, and one should have one. Because I had one in my last one, and it was all that and more. And now I'm in here like what? So, but that's okay because today I'm going to get a fan, and I'm only gonna get one because I gotta sell it after I'm finished with it, and I can move it up and downstairs. They got these light, cheap little $25 fans that work. I'm gonna go get me a cheap fan because you can't even. I mean, it's like a sauna in this whole dang house. Like, look at the damn carpet and no ceiling fan. That's not a good design. Okay, anyway, I appreciate. All right, Queens. I got a class to teach. I love you. Virtual Travel 3. I will see you all in the next video at 9 a.m. So, yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, Audrey. So, I'll see you at 9, Audrey. Christian, good morning. It becomes you. Thank you, Carissa. It's your signature style. Thank you, Beverly. That hairstyle suits you well. Thank you, Carissa. I love that. Y'all seen it. I feel it, y'all. It's like, boom. It's like, oh, that's all? Like, boom. Because you can get it done anywhere. Every black person know how to cornrow like it. It's just so dang travel perfect. Like I'm just like, dang, this is cool. Like, okay. Thank you, y'all. Like I can't explain to them. I know people don't understand, but a sister wrote me yesterday and she just talked about the idea of the Haitian brother and how, that even it's just as an African thing, the patterns of the cornrows meant certain things. Even African Americans, African tradition, African American really, or in the diaspora, we would we couldn't talk about escaping from slavery. So for black people, escape is a good word. We couldn't talk about escaping from slavery. So we would call, when we got a chance to do each other's hair, we would write messages of the path to freedom in our hair. And many cultures still are, weaving things into your hair